All right, shalom, shalom. Where the Hebrew Israelites here to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, speak about the upliftment of Yahweh Shai, which is the only begotten Son of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, coming back to deliver the elect of our people out of this last captivity, man. This is the last one. We're almost out of here, man.
That's right.
So with that, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor
to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, B'chadash.
Give honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to brothers out there pushing this word out with truth and sincerity, man. All right? So yeah, man, this is clearly the end of this place. The scripture says that they shall wear out the saints. You know, so this place, Jake is tired of this place, man. Especially the brothers in this truth. And we're living a totally different lifestyle than these people, man. Get me that, man. Get me Micah 2 and 10, man. All right? This place is only good for the wicked. This place is only fun and good for the wicked. See, for the righteous, this is a sick, evil, twisted place, man. All right? Let me bring that out.
This is Micah 2 and verse 10.
That's right.
Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Right, meaning depart spiritually. And then we're going to depart physically out of those chariots, man, which they ignorantly call UFOs, man. All right? Go ahead.
It says, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with the sword destruction.
Okay? Right, it's polluted how? What's the main way it's polluted? Through wickedness, man. Through evil. Okay? And the bloodshed, that's accounted for as the evil, the innocent bloodshed. That's accounted for as the evil as well. Okay? Read that again.
And it says, arise ye and depart.
Speaking to the Israelites, our people. Right? Go ahead.
For this is not your rest.
Right.
Because it is polluted.
Uh-huh.
It shall destroy you even with the sword destruction.
If you look at Jake, look at the majority of our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. They're all messed up in the head, man. Okay? They're all broken in the spirit. You see? Because this is not your rest. Yeah, the other nations are messed up too, but the Lord doesn't care about the other nations. We're not concerned about the other people. We're concerned about our people, man. Okay? Read that.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints.
Who shall speak great words? The Edomites, who are running this earth right now. They're speaking high-level blasphemy against the Most High. High-level blasphemy, man. Okay? Complete wicked ideologies they're pushing into people's minds as good. All right? So this is what they're doing. All right? Go ahead, keep going.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High,
right,
and think to change times and laws.
And they've worn out the saints. Who are the saints? The Israelites. Okay? Go ahead.
And they shall be given into his hand until the time and times.
Go back up.
Daniel 7 and 25, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws.
And that's what he's doing, man. He's changing times, laws, okay, constantly. All right, going against the laws of the Most High. Every law they pass now is going against the scriptures. And if you speak scripturally, they'll demonize you. Okay? Go ahead, take care, you two. Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 24, and verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws.
Change what laws, man? Is it speaking about the penal system of Canada? Is it speaking about the United Charter of Rights? No, it's speaking about the laws of the Most High, the laws of God. All right? Go ahead.
Because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Woo. And now they're trying to, what Esau's trying to do, he's trying to completely uproot the understanding of the Most High, the knowledge and the laws of the Most High. And how is he starting with that? Why? How is he starting? What's the first way he's starting to uproot the laws and the understanding of the Most High? Huh? The male and female, confusing male and female, man. Once you confuse what a man and a woman is and what what that is, everything else is blurred. Everything else, you can say anything is anything. You see what I'm saying? So that's why he's starting there. Because what did it say in Genesis was that the 3rd chapter said male and female made he them. Genesis the 2nd chapter. Male and female made he them. That was a declaration of the Most High. He didn't say and hermaphrodites made he them. Okay? It said male and female. Anything else is confusion, man. It's very simple, man. Okay? You come out with a rod, with a thing with balls, a penis with balls, you're a male. Come out with a vagina, you're a female. What's so complicated about that? Huh? You see? But he thinks to change times and laws, and his whole thing is to force it down your throat. He wants to force you to be confused. You know? So now when they ask these so-called politicians, people are supposed to be a high level educational wise, what's a woman? Oh well, it could be this, it could be that. Well, it's this and that and that. It's this and that and the third. You understand what I'm saying? So that's them trying to force that down your throat, that confusion, that wickedness, man. Go ahead.
Daniel chapter 8 and 25, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand.
Right. And that's witchcraft. Yeah. That's witchcraft. Okay? Go ahead. And that's going into Antiochus. Okay? But this is what Esau doesn't stop. It's the same playbook. They don't change. It's the same people. Go ahead.
And he shall magnify himself in his heart,
Yep.
and by peace shall destroy many.
Why is he magnifying himself? Because look at the technology he got. Look at the army he got. Look at the power he's got around the earth. So that's what magnified him. Just like Pharaoh was magnified. Okay? But that's why he allowed Esau to get magnified. So he could break him down, man. You want a proud enemy. So when you take him down, it's so much sweeter, man. You want an enemy coming humble. You might have mercy on him. You know, I'm good. Right? But if you have an enemy that's proud and they're beautiful. Now when we take them down, it's going to be a nice, dessert, nice treat. Right?
And he shall magnify himself in his heart,
Right.
and by peace shall destroy many.
Woo. And you know what peace is for these people? Convenience. All right? These people are being destroyed based upon this convenience. You know? And at the end of the day, they're going to tell you to take that micro seed in your hand for the ultimate convenience. Oh, you can open your car door. Oh, you won't lose your children. Right? Everything will be on there. You don't need to have cards anymore. Who wants to have all these credit cards? You can just have everything on your chip. Right? So through peace, he destroyed the people. Go ahead.
He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hands.
What you got, bro?
Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter,
Oh man.
but war was in his heart.
Esau speaks super smooth, man. Esau, the Most High made the Edomites. A lot of these Edomites don't even got bass in their voice, man. Right? Right now it's true. Esau like, we come over here, we go there. Right? So this is how the Most High made them like that, so they have a non-threatening appearance. You see? That's probably how the serpent sounded. Oh, Eve, where you going? Hey, yo, where you going? How where you going? That's some philosophies, right? No, so it's like a non-threatening. Oh, this guy, he's not even gonna hurt nobody, right? But she didn't know that was a mass murder, man. You understand what I'm saying? When you think about the Most High is beautiful. When you think about the Most High made it, but Judah, right? He got like a deep, powerful kind of, get you like, whoa, you know? A deep, powerful voice. That's how he made the so-called black man have that deep, powerful voice. But in the Edomite, so-called, he got that non-threatening. But he's the biggest threat. He's the biggest threat, an enemy to the people, man. Go ahead, man. Oh, I'm sure Christopher Columbus, his voice was deep. Oh, here, take these blankets. So this guy's not here to hurt nobody. Read that again, brother.
God. Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter,
Right,
but war was in his heart.
right. But war was in his heart. His words were smooth, but war was in his heart. Go ahead.
His words were softer than oil,
Yeah.
yet were they drawn swords.
Right. And you gotta watch a guy who's constantly giving you flattery every 2 seconds. Go ahead.
This is Revelation 13 and verse 11. And I beheld another beast come up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Right. The 2 horns like a lamb represent what? Ultimately, it's that docile thing. You know, it seems docile, it seems innocent. Oh, we're just coming to bring peace and equity to the world, right? Democracy, right? But then when you look at everywhere they go, they bring destruction and death. See? Go ahead.
Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted.
Never trust. See, if you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, if you were to take this into consideration from the time you encountered Esau, you would have been way better off. You would have had a kingdom by now. You'd have been all right. Okay. But it wasn't in the prophecies for that to happen. Okay? You trusted your enemy, and this is the results of trusting your enemy. Well, slavery was the result of trusting your enemy. Because they didn't just take your brothers into captivity. They took your brothers and they came back and put you in oppression, man. What did they do in the Congo, man? For the rubber? Are they treating them? How's Africa doing, by the way? Right? You thought you would benefit from that, which a lot of that was Hamites, but some of that was also Jake that was part of that as well. How did the Edomite treat you? Right? Oh, you Native American scouts that went to help. What happened? You ended up in the same damn paddy wagon, right? See what happens when you trust your enemy? And we trying to show you it's the same people. This man is the same devil. They haven't changed, man. What they've done is they've become more smooth. All Esau has done is become more smooth and more oiled up.
That's the deception.
Okay? Now it's the doctrine is love everybody. While he's showing hate. You see that? Go ahead.
Read that again. Sirach 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
Right.
Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Your eyes gotta be on. My eyes is always on the Edomite. Okay? Oh, no, you don't judge by appearance. But firstly, I'm looking at your appearance first, and then I'm gonna see in the spirit if I think you're an Israelite or something else. Okay? But I'm looking at you first, man. And I'm not just watching Esau, I'm watching Jake too. Okay? I'm watching all you mother. All right? Your eyes gotta be open, man. Your mind gotta be sharp, man. That's why it's not good to get too drunk when you go out too, man. You gotta be in a position, which I just want to be floating. I just want to be one levitate just a bit off the ground, man. Okay? That's why I like brew. You know? But brew is, with the gut, it's not, See what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as though thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away.
You'll be able to identify the rust. Oh, there's some rust. There's some rust. Okay? The man shall be known by his speech. You see, these guys, they ain't really analyzing Esau's speech like that. Okay? You got to read through the lines with the devil. Because the mischief is under his tongue. It's not overtly. It's under his tongue. Go ahead, bro.
This is 2 Corinthians 11 and verse 14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
Yeah, right. Satan transformed into an angel of light, meaning it seems good, but it's really darkness. Okay, and that's Esau's philosophy as well. Go ahead.
The book of Job, chapter 20 and verse 12. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue.
Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, he hided it under his tongue. So you have to read between the lines of his words. Okay? You can't just take what Esau says for face value. What does he really mean behind that? Okay? What do they really mean by, what do they call it, man? They have a word for it. Like, it's like something about equal income. They have a particular saying that Esau was saying about equal income or something like that. Man, I can't believe that. I can't believe that or remember. But anyway,
something about payment.
Yes, equal payment or something like that. What he really means behind that is not that he wants everyone to be financial.
Basic income. Isn't that?
Basic income, but
there's something.
But it goes back to the universal basic income, and there's a reason they want to bring that in. See, we know the reason. See, these average people, they don't know what's going on. They have their security job, they're working at McDonald's, they don't know what the hell's happening, man. Okay? They're overeating because of the stress. They don't really know, they don't have time to look at the news and really analyze what's going on. Okay? The UBI, what's the UBI all about? That's about them having complete control over, because you don't have no job, right? They gotta help, they gotta give you welfare. The UBI is nothing but a welfare system for everybody. Okay? Right? And that's gonna give them control and power over you. That's when the grinding ceases, man. You see? So you gotta watch what's under his tongue. What does this really mean? Who's reading? Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms 58 and 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent.
Yes.
They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth your ears.
That's it, man. Okay, so you gotta analyze really what Esau is saying, man. You gotta learn how to analyze, man. Learn these different words these Edomites use and use and things of that nature that the average person wouldn't understand. Go ahead.
This is Daniel 8 and verse 25. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his
My
hand.
brother read that before. That's going into Antiochus, going back to the Greeks, but these Edomites are doing the same thing. Go ahead.
He says, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand.
You got something, brother? Give me got something?
Isaiah 10.
Go ahead, read it.
Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed.
Right, and Esau's decrees are unrighteous. Every decree he makes is unrighteous. Okay? It's not according to the scriptures. Okay? He holds the Bible in his court, but that's why the scriptures say, what has thou to do to declare my statutes? Matter of fact, get that in the NLT. Don't get it in the KJV. Get it in the NLT. All right? What I'm saying, Psalms the 50th chapter. Okay? What you got? Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 64, and verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
Because who runs this world? The evil people, the wicked, right? The villains are in rulership right now. Okay? These Edomites. See, people don't get it. They're trying to, there's better days coming. The elites are not looking to give you better days. The elites are back in the back office like, what's that called? Dr. Evil with a pinky and a half more. That's how, this is the mindset. You ever hear Carl Schwab speak? Does he speak like he's for the people, man? He sounds like a typical villain, man. Because he is a villain, man. All these Edomites are villains. Even the regular six-pack so-called white guy that's an Edomite is a villain, man. But he just doesn't have power. Okay, he's just a lower level of ghoul, you know? But the real threat is those elites in the power seat, man. Okay? Because they really have plans to really put these people in hardcore digital slavery, man. And everyone who's watching can see it. And they're not going to change their mind and do the better good for people. They don't give a shit about people, man. They don't care about their own people. How much more do they care about the other nations? This is why the Lord is going to take them out. And guess what's going to happen to them? They're going to go into slavery. Under us. Go ahead, man. You want to jump in? Go ahead,
This is Job 9 and 24. The earth
this is the only answer. There's no other answer that anyone has. The Buddhists don't have the answer. Scientologists don't have the answer. This is the only answer that solves the problem of the cancer. Go ahead, man.
Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Woo.
He covered the faces of
The earth was given into the hands of who?
the wicked.
It's not the hands of the righteous, or else righteousness will be being pushed forth. What are they trying to teach their children right now? Are they trying to teach them how to follow the laws of the Most High? How to the brother leaves his wallet, go help him, even if you got into a fight. Are they teaching them that? How to deal with the land Sabbath? Are they teaching them that in the schools? Or are they teaching them how to be to support the alphabet people, right? How to support the alternative lifestyles? Is that what they're teaching them? That's exactly what they're teaching them, right? Okay. Oh, they have Satan worship programs after school. So this is what these Edomites are all about, man. You shall know a tree by its fruit, man. Go ahead, man.
This is Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon.
And what does the red represent? That represents the Edomites. How did Esau come out? The first came out red. All right, when you look at these so-called white people, they're not white, they're red. Okay, because the blood shows forth through their translucent skin. Their skin is translucent, ultimately. Okay, that's why they're called rednecks down south, right? Okay, listen, we've identified who the nations are, man. Go ahead, man.
And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
Woo! So what was the Edomite's job? Read that again.
And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
So their power and their reason for being here is to take peace from the earth. Okay? To promote death. Okay? To promote confusion and disorder. Okay? Go ahead.
And that they should
This is what the Americans go ahead.
And that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
That's right. And he had, what's the great sword represent? His weaponry. Look at the American military. Look at the Canadian military. The NATO and the EU ultimately, because that's the beast system altogether. That's right. All those other nations can't come up against the beast. That's why when you read the scripture, it says, who can come up against, who can fight against the beast? Get me that, man. Who can fight against the beast? Who is the beast, man? It's not an actual dragon in a dungeon somewhere. It's parabolic, man. It's this Edomite European Union system, man. NATO and the EU combined. That's the beast, man. Spearheaded by who? America, man.
That's right.
Which is the whore that rides upon many, that sitteth upon many waters, man. Go ahead, man.
Revelation 13:4. And they worship the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worship the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast?
Right.
Who is able to make war with them?
Right. So now what is the Lord doing? The Lord is raising up Russia and their allies to come up against the beast, man. See, that's another beast that's being formed with the BRICS nations, man. What do you think that is? That's another beast right there. The BRICS nations, man. And the Lord said he was going to do that, man. See, the Quran don't say nothing, man. Let me tell you about the Quran. That's toilet paper, man.
That's
The
right.
Bible has all the prophecies, man. What are you talking about, man? Give me Ezekiel the 38th chapter.
This is
man.
the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, and verse 2.
Goddamn Quran.
Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog.
What's Gog and Magog? That's where Russia is today, man. Okay? Go ahead, man.
The chief prince of Meshech and Tubal,
It's a little bit under it, but it represents that region. Go ahead.
and prophesy against him, and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal.
Right, the Lord is against Russia too. He's just using Russia for his purpose, man.
That's right.
Of judgment. Go ahead.
And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws.
Woo! Turn them back to what? To that old USSR spirit, the old Soviet Union. That's the spirit that they're getting in right now. That they're in right now, actually. Okay? Go ahead.
And I will bring thee forth in all thine army,
Woo!
horses and horsemen,
Yep.
all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields,
Right.
all of them handling swords.
Uh-huh.
Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya.
All these are allies of Russia. Persia, which is Iran, which is why America can't go into Iran right now, although they want to. Right? Because it's protected by who? Who is Iran protected by? Russia, man. That's part of that's their allies. This is what we're reading in the Holy Bible right now. The prophecy of that, man. See, all those other books are toilet paper, man. Go ahead, man.
All of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Torgorma of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared,
And that's the BRICS nations. That's the BRICS. Go ahead, man.
be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them.
They're a guard unto those nations, man. Russia's a guard unto those little nations, man. That's why America and NATO can't just go in there and bombard those nations like that. Because they have ties to Russia. You understand? So this is the prophecy of that, man. Okay? See, these people don't understand because the Lord didn't open their mind to understand, man. We could break it down because the Lord opened our minds. Because we're the Israelites, man. Go ahead. You don't go to the church and expect to understand this, man. Don't go to the Jewish people and expect to understand this. They're not the people of the Most High.
Right.
Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 10, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought.
What's that evil thought that Russia's going to think ultimately? To press those buttons.
That's right.
Press those nuclear buttons
right.
to have the nuclear missiles destroy America. That's the ultimate thought that they're going to have. Evil thought. Go ahead.
And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages.
That's America. Go ahead.
I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls.
What proves it's unwalled, look at all the people that's going into the border.
Yeah.
Look at all those people going into the border. It's parabolic, man. Okay? Go ahead, man.
All of them that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, and having neither bars nor gates, to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations which have gotten cattle and goods that dwell in the midst of the land.
Right, so that's that, because America's what? The melting pot. Give me that. The scripture says the melting pot of scum is therein. Okay? So America's that melting pot, and Russia said we're going to destroy all the people that are up in America. Okay? But there's going to be a time where a lot of those people that's in America, they're going to leave America. They're going to say, let's go back to our home country. Because they're going to understand and they're going to sense that war is here. Okay? Go ahead.
It's the book of Ezekiel chapter 24 and 6. Wherefore thus said the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, woe to the bloody city, to the pot whose scum is therein.
That bloody city's America. Go ahead.
And whose scum is now gone out of it. Bring it up piece by piece. Let not lot fall upon it. Let no lot fall upon it. For her blood is in the midst of her. She sat upon the top of a rock. She poured it not upon the ground to cover it with dust. That it might cause fury to come up to take vengeance, I have set her blood upon the top of a rock that it should not be covered.
Go ahead. So because that's a bloody place, man. Ain't no place more bloody than America. Babylon the Great, man. It's with the blood of the so-called Native Americans, which are Gadites, right? The blood of the so-called blacks, which are of the tribe of Judah, the kingdom of Judah. Okay? So they got to pay for all of that. Go ahead.
Verse 9, therefore thus saith the Lord power.
You thought the Most High forgot? Go ahead, man.
Woe to the bloody city, I will even make the pile of fire for fire great.
That's right.
Heap on wood,
That's right.
kindle the fire.
They can hide, but they can run, but they can't hide from the truth. They're going to feel the prophecies. Every last one of these people going to feel the prophecies.
That's right.
Every last one of them. Go ahead, man.
Consume the flesh,
Yep.
and spice it well.
Woo,
And let
consume the flesh. That's going into the nuclear fire, the nuclear missiles. That's going to hit America and destroy it. Okay? Thus saith the Lord, man. Go ahead, man.
And let the bones be burnt.
Yep.
Then set it empty upon the coals thereof, that the brass of it may be hot,
Need a sacrifice in Basra.
and may burn, and that the filthiness of it may be molten in
Yep.
it, that the scum of it may be consumed.
Okay, so no, it's okay. You got it. Go ahead.
Isaiah 34, verse 5, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
Yep.
Behold, it shall come down upon
It
Idumea.
shall come down upon who?
Idumea.
Upon Idumea. Who's Idumea? Yo, effect it shows, man. Okay? It's on Idumea. Who's Idumea? The Edomites. Okay? So it's showing you that the Edomites are going to be ruling in the last days. Go ahead.
And upon the people of my curse.
Because that's the people of the Lord's curse.
That's right.
All right? Go ahead. Just like Cain. All right? Because they have the same spirit of the Cainites in them.
That's right.
That's why they murdered their brother with such fervency. And the scripture said that they had a perpetual hatred. That's right. Go ahead.
The judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness. And with blood of lambs and goats.
Yep.
And with the fat of kidneys of rams.
Yep.
For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra.
Now, Basra represents America because that's the head city of these Edomites. Okay? That's the head city. That's what runs the European Union, the NATO, all of that. Okay? And they listen to America. Okay? Go ahead.
And a great
What's your
slaughter.
question? What's your question? You have a question?
No.
No? Okay, go ahead. Go
It
ahead.
says, for the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra.
Yep.
And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
Right, so this is parabolic. There's nothing going on in Basra right now. There's nothing going on in the land of Idumea, which is the land of the Edomites. Okay? This is speaking about America. Okay? It's speaking about Babylon the Great. Okay? Because that's the only place that's prophesied to be destroyed and never inhabited again. Okay?
That's right.
Go
Now,
ahead.
this Isaiah 13 and 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them.
Now, who are the Medes? The Russians. The Medes are the Russians. Okay, that area where the Russians are at, that's the area where the Medes were at. Okay, it's also known as Gog and Magog. Go ahead.
Which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young
Now,
men
what
to
is
pieces.
the bowl speaking about? Give me that for the till they begin to be shot to the ends of the world. This is not speaking about actual bows and arrows. All right, this is a parabolic thing. This is speaking about those nuclear missiles coming out of those nuclear silos. And get me also the one I asked for with the strong archer. Go ahead and get me Isaiah the 9th chapter.
This is 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 12. The earth quaketh and the foundations thereof.
What's going to make the earth quake? It's not arrows that are going to make the earth quake. Okay, this is a heavy impact that's going to make the earth quake and shake. Go ahead.
The sea ariseth up a wave from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled.
Right, even the sea is going to be troubled, and the waves is going to create tsunamis. All right, go ahead.
The fishes thereof also before the Lord and before the glory of his power.
That's right.
For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow.
Yes.
His arrows that he shooteth are sharp
Right.
and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the
So
world.
this is not speaking about regular arrows. There's no arrow that a man can shoot to the end of the world. Okay? This is speaking about the nuclear missiles, man, which are also known as swords, also known as arrows, also known as an army of the Lord. And the Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to use them for his purpose of judgment.
That's right.
Okay? You got more than that? Got something else? Bring it on out. Bring it out. Take your time, brother. Go ahead. Take your time, brother. We ain't going nowhere. Go ahead, man.
Now this is
Well, it's all good. Take your time, brother. Everybody.
this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, and verse 25. The Lord had opened his armory and had brought forth the weapons of his indignation.
The main weapon of his indignation are those nuclear missiles. Okay, the
right.
Lord put it in these devil spirits to create that. Because they're so destructive, they'll create anything, they don't care. Okay? Go ahead.
For this is the work of the Lord
Even
God.
Oppenheimer said what? He said, I've become the destroyer of worlds. Because he understood that the destruction of the thing that he created, or that he helped create. So these devils are destructive by nature, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
For this is the work of the Lord power
Yep.
of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans.
Right, now that's dealing with Babylon. Okay, what's the Babylon the Great today? America. Okay? That's America. Hold on, you got that? This is the book of Isaiah 9.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise.
Right.
And garments rolled in
Now
blood.
you gotta picture the scriptures when it's read. What does it mean that every battle of the wars were confused? When they're screaming, ah, they're all coming. That's that confused noise. See, you gotta read it with understanding. That's that confused noise. They got the swords on in their back. Ah, they're screaming. Go ahead.
And garments rolled in blood.
Garments, meaning blood is on their garments. Go ahead.
But this shall be with burning.
But this one is going to be different. This war that's coming, this World War III that's coming, go ahead.
Shall be with burning and fuel of
Shall
fire.
be with burning and fuel of fire. We're telling you what that fire is. That fire is the nuclear missiles. Okay? Go ahead.
This is the book of Joel chapter 2 and verse 2. A day of darkness and of gloominess.
Yep.
A day of clouds and of thick darkness.
Yep.
As the morning spread upon the mountains.
This is what's coming to these people. I don't know why they think it's going to be a nice time. Okay? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Go ahead, man.
A great people and a strong, there has not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it.
That's right.
Even to the years of many generations.
Right.
A fire devours before them,
Yep.
and behind them a flame burneth.
That's that nuclear missile impacting, hitting the ground zero. Okay, go ahead.
The land is as the Garden of Eden before them,
Right.
and behind them a desolate
The
wilderness.
land has the Garden of Eden, meaning what? They're going to see trees in front of them, see grass in front of them. Okay? But in the back, that's where the wave already hit. Okay? These people gonna get consumed by this fire if they're in Babylon. And if you're anywhere else on the earth and that earthquake comes, man, okay? Expect the earth to open up, man. And people to be swallowed in it.
That's right.
Go ahead, man. The
Yeah.
Lord got a major judgment coming to these people, man. Because they're with the ways of this world. They're with the ways of this society, man. And if you're not an Israelite, we don't care about you, man. We don't give a damn about you, man. Oh, you're supposed to love your neighbor. You're not my neighbor, man. My neighbor is those of the 12 tribes of Israel. And further than that, those that do the will of the Most High.
That's right.
Go ahead, man.
Yea, and nothing shall escape them.
Right, nothing is going to escape that. Anyone that's on the grounds of Babylon and that those nuclear missiles hit, that's it for you, man. That's it. If you haven't been serving the Lord in any way, you haven't been serving Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, right? Then you're done. Okay? And we're not talking about Jesus the Christ, because that's not his name. That's another God. Okay? When you think the Lord King was born, you say, oh, his name is Jesus. It's not even Greek. It's like a English transliteration of Greek. Go ahead, man.
This is Micah 4 and verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do
And it's
wickedly.
going to be beautiful to see all you, man, all the proud being burnt up like that, man. I don't know if you brothers ever heard the 9/11. the phone call. There's a particular phone call, man, and it was this proud ass Edomite, proud ass so-called white guy. You could tell he was he probably was he had money, you know. He had that proud talk. Even when he called them proud. I'm on the 18th floor. If you come and get her, no, come and get me. No, you're okay, when the thing fell on his ass, man. Okay. So when the proud get judged, it's a beautiful thing, man. Go ahead, man.
It says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven.
That's right.
And all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly.
And all these people that are not following Yahweh Shai are doing wicked. Okay, go ahead.
Shall be stubble.
That's right.
And the day that cometh shall burn them up, said the Lord of hosts.
That's right.
That it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Man. What you guys about?
This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 22 and 20. As they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and turn it into the midst of the furnace to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in mine anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you.
Go ahead.
Now, this is Zechariah 14 and verse 12. And this is the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that fought against Jerusalem.
Right. And all these people fought against us. Who's Jerusalem? The Israelites. All right? Okay?
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
Yeah, they're going to melt, man. Just like the brother mentioned before. They're going to melt, man. All right? They're going to melt, and they're going to disintegrate. And they're going to feel every last... The Lord is not going to let that last final judgment be no slow, no quick... And they're in the spirit world. So you're going to feel that, man.
That's right. That's right.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
Right.
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes. And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
And the perfect depiction of that is in the movie Terminator 2. Okay, where she was holding the fence, right, and then the nuclear missile landed, and then she was burnt up. There's no way they could have went. All right, and there's not going to be any escape for these people. The only ones that are going to escape is the elect of our people, the elect of the nation of Israel. That's right. Go ahead.
God, this is Revelation 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
My people. It didn't say Ishmael come out of her. Did it say Ishmael? Did it say Moab? Go ahead.
Come out of her, my people.
Who's this people? The 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. That's right. Okay, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's right. And they're scattered around the earth. Go ahead.
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
You don't be partakers of meaning what? Meaning you don't get judged with her. Right. Go ahead.
And that ye receive not of her plague. For her sins have reached unto heaven.
Yep.
And the Most High hath remembered her iniquities.
See, these Edomites is funny because these Edomites think that the Lord like missed some things. You know? Like they did certain things in history because it's not, it's not readily, the information is not readily available. Like, you're not going to be judged for that. See, these Edomites don't get it, man. They don't understand, man. That the Lord sees everything, and he recorded everything. Every little wickedness they've done, the Lord recorded every last bit of it. You understand what I'm saying? And they're not being judged as individuals, they're being judged as a race of people. That's right. Don't you get it? Don't you understand you're being judged as a race? Oh, it's not about race. It is about race. This whole earth is about race. The reason why these so-called white people put you jakes in the position you're in right now is because of race. The reason you got a so-called Edomite supremacy worldwide is because of what? Race. What are you talking about, man? Redlining in America, what's that about? Certain people, they won't sell houses to certain people. If you come from a certain area code, who comes from those predominant area codes? So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. They know what they're doing, man. But then they'll say it's not about race. Don't listen to these devils, man. Okay? Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 49 and verse 12.
When you interrogate them enough, that devil will come out, man. I did it. I've poked at the bear before, man. Particular Edomite women I was dealing with, because they're the devil too. All right? And it came out, man. She went berserk. I had to give her a real curse out. And she lost it. Okay? Because they're the devil too. They're just like their man. The so-called white women and those so-called white men are peas in a pot, man. Because you got to understand, a lot of those lynchings came because of the so-called white women.
Yeah.
Lying and making it. Just because there was one Edomite bitch that said that she got the kid lynched because his sister's dress was nicer than hers. You telling me these people can repent and be saved by the Most High? Hell to the fucking no, man. Go ahead, man.
Jeremiah 49 and verse 12, for thus saith the Lord, behold,
Thus saith who?
thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the
Yeah,
cup,
roll up that window, devil. Go ahead, man.
have assuredly
These
drunk
devils
it.
don't like the truth, bro. Go read that again, man.
For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup, have assuredly drunk it.
That's us. What was in the cup? Slavery, genocide, right? Destruction, shame, all that was in the cup for the Israelites. Go ahead.
And art thou he that shall altogether go
But
unpunished?
are you Edomites going to go unpunished?
Thou shalt not go
Thou
unpunished.
shalt not go unpunished, man. And who said that? Read the beginning. Who said that?
For thus saith the Lord.
Oh, you didn't make that up? Thus saith the Lord said that, man. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So you Edomites could hug and kiss and comfort each other and roll up your windows. You're not going to escape the judgment.
That's right.
We know this, man. The judgment is coming, man. Listen, we're confident in this, man.
That's right.
You know how confident we're in this? We're confident like the sun is coming up tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's
Like
right.
the sun is about to go down tonight. That's how confident we are that these Edomites are about to be judged, man. And that the Lord is going to exalt his people, man. Go ahead.
And art thou he that shall altogether go
Are
unpunished?
you Edomites, you so-called white people, are you going to go unpunished? Go ahead.
Thou shalt not go unpunished,
This is the Lord speaking. He said you're not going to go unpunished. Go ahead.
but thou shalt surely drink
You're
of
going
it.
to drink down every last dreg of that cup.
That's right.
Every last dreg you're going to drink. Okay? And that cup is in the Lord's hand, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof
And
shall
you're
be.
going to be a curse. You're going to be a curse. The scripture says that the curses that were on the Israelites are going to transfer to our enemies, man. Okay? But it's going to be double. It's going to be way. See, it's not going to be like Jake. You're not like us. You can't shine like us, man. So when you Edomites are brought down, that's just where you're going to stay. Your deception is not going to work. Because sometimes they were able to wiggle up through deception, flattery and whatnot. Well, that's how Haman was able to get that position with Xerxes, man. Through his flattery, man. Man, I like that gun. Why don't you get that out of it? Matter of fact, I have some tailors that can make a better one. That flattery ain't gonna work in the kingdom, man. You understand what I'm saying? So how you devils gonna get up, man? Go ahead, man. Give me that great gold fix.
Yep.
Go ahead,
For
bro.
I have sworn by myself, saith the
The
Lord,
Lord swore by himself that he would do this, man. Go ahead.
that Basra shall become a desolation,
That's right.
a reproach,
Uh-huh.
a waste, and a curse,
That's right.
and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste.
That's dealing with America. Basra is dealing with America in this scripture. Okay? Once that America is taken down, which is the head city of these Edomites, that's it for their rulership. That's a sign that their rulership is over. Okay? And Russia will shoot missiles on them. Russia, China, their allies, even a lot of America's allies are going to turn and shoot missiles on them too. Okay? Go ahead.
This is Luke 16
Go ahead.
and verse 25. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receiveth thy good things,
Now this is dealing with the rich man and Lazarus. The rich man represents these Edomites, these devils. Okay? Go ahead.
and likewise Lazarus evil things?
Right. Lazarus represents us. Okay? The Israelites. Go ahead.
But now he is comforted,
When are we going to be confident? When the Lord comes and delivers us out of this person. What?
and thou art tormented.
But they're about to be tormented. They think it's going to be equal. We all going to sing in the whole hands of the kingdom. They did all this wickedness to us in their kingdom, and in our kingdom we got to be equal and hold hands and sing. Are you joking, man? What's coming to you is perpetual judgment, man, and hell on earth, man. Go ahead, man.
And besides all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf
And there's
fixed.
going to be a great goal, meaning there's not going to be any chance of any Edomite coming over to come close to where we're at. Not going to be any chance, man. There's no business they can start. There's no nothing they can do to get on any close of a level to us, man. And they're not going to have no businesses in the kingdom anyway. They're going to be perpetual slaves and scattered around the nations. We're going to sell them to the Hamites, All right, those East Africans gonna sell them to them. Gonna sell them to the Elamites, the East Indians. Okay, you're gonna be sold, man. Go ahead, man.
And besides all this, between us and you,
Yep.
there is a great gulf fixed.
What does a great gulf fix mean? That means there's a large divide. I mean, there's no way that they can get on our that Edomite had a dream that he saw in the kingdom. Okay, he had a dream. He saw the kingdom, and he was barefoot, and he had chains on his feet. Okay, and he looked inside the gates, and he saw a bunch of so-called black men. That dream was prophetic that he had, man. He didn't understand what his dream was about, but he saw so-called black men on that side living it up in glory. That's what's coming, man. The Israelites in glory. That's what's coming, man. And the rest of our enemies, they're about to, man, they don't feel it, man. They don't feel it bad, man. That's right. They don't feel it bad, man. Go ahead, man.
So that they which would pass from hence to you cannot.
Right.
Neither can they pass to us that will come from thence.
That's right. They're going to be so far away from us, man. Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 75 and verse 7. But the Most High is the judge. He put it down one and set
He
it
put
down
it up
another.
one. The one that he's going to put up is who? The Israelites. The 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, which consist of who? The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
That's right.
Okay? Go ahead, man.
Verse 8, for in the hand of the Lord,
He's going to set you back up over the nations. Right. But this is going to be for eternity. Go ahead.
for in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red.
That's right.
It is full of mixture,
Uh-huh.
and he pours out of the same, but the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them.
You're gonna ring. What does that mean? You're gonna get every last bit of that judgment, man. And they feel deep down that they need to get judged. They feel like something like, oh, they feel payback coming, man. Okay, and it is coming, but it's not gonna come by our hands. It's gonna come by the hands of the Lord.
That's right.
Okay, the Lord's gonna deliver you up to us, man. All right, gift wrapped and everything, man. Let me draw the third chapter, brother. Go ahead. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
This is the definition of dregs and the etymology online.
Yes.
It says the sediments of liquor. It says foreign matter that subsides to the bottom
Right.
of a vessel containing liquors.
Right. So that means every last drop. You know? Sometimes people, they drink the beer, they don't drink the full beer. They shoot a little bit at the bottom and shoot that out, man. You see what I'm saying? But Esau going to drink all of that. He's going to drink every last bit of that judgment, man. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 17. For mine eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face.
That's what I said. Everything that they've done, the Lord's seen everything, man.
That's right.
Every single thing.
That's
man.
right.
The Lord witnessed it, man.
Yeah.
He wrote it down. The angels are writing it down. When they see those so-called UFOs, they don't understand those UFOs are coming to record, man.
That's right. That's
They're
right.
scoping out the scene.
right.
Those are our chariots. Those are the chariots of Israel. Those are the same chariots that Elijah got taken up.
Yep.
Those are the same chariots that Enoch got taken
That's
up.
right.
That's the same chariots the Lord got taken up in, man.
That's right.
Looking at the scene, scoping it out, man. Spying out the city, if you
That's
will.
right.
Go ahead, man.
For mine eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face.
Nothing is hidden, man. What Christopher Columbus did, I ain't hid. All right? What any of them devils did, man. Oh, what's that king's name? That demon, Leopold. None of you devils, none of you got away.
That's right.
Down to the foot soldiers, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Neither is their iniquity hid from mine eyes. And first I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land, they have filled mine inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things.
That's right. That's right. Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel 35 and verse 10. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it. Whereas the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai was there. Therefore, as
Right. So when they came to go spy out, to go steal land, right, or take the land from the Gadites, the Lord was there. The Lord was watching that, man. Go ahead.
it says,
And the so-called Mexican, they stole the Texas and all that from the so-called Mexican. Right? Go ahead. Read that again.
God, this is Ezekiel 35 and verse 10. Because
Yep.
thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it.
We will, because that was their thought. They said, listen, we're going to steal this land, we're going to steal that land. Okay? Go ahead.
Whereas the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, was there.
He was there. He was watching. He was listening. The angels were recording it, man. Go ahead.
Therefore, as I live, said the Lord power, I will even do according to thine anger, and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them.
And the Lord said, I'm gonna read. Basically, he I don't even know. He like reversed it, man. You know, he reversed it. Certain things in certain games. You know, someone hits you, reverse the attack. You know, that's what the Lord is about to do on them, man. Show them all that hatred. He's gonna give it all back to them in a gift wrap, man. That's right. Go ahead, man.
And I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. Woo. And that thou shalt know that I am.
It's too late. See, them Edomites trying to. The scriptures say that they shall seek to appease the poor. Yeah. It's too late for that, man. You've done. The damage is already done. And another thing, they're not restored. They can't restore the pledge. They don't have enough to restore the pledge, and they're not willing to do that anyway. So what's going to happen? Judgment, man. That's right. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 12. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai.
That's right.
And that I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel.
Who's the mountain of Israel? We're the mountains of Israel. Right. All that slander they've taken against us, man. The media, the character assassination. You know? That has went worldwide. That's why you go to certain places, they have a perception of the so-called black man. That's based upon our enemies, based upon the so-called white man, the devil. Okay? Because they control the media. Okay? They're the biggest thieves and murderers, but they don't get that stigma. But don't worry, that stigma's coming back to them. That's right. That stigma's coming back like it came back to Cain. Go ahead, man.
It says, and that I heard all thy blasphemies, and that I heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel.
Right.
Saying, there are laid desolate, there are given unto us to consume.
That's right.
Thus with your mouth you have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me.
Oh, manifest destiny. Yeah. That's them boasting themselves because of Jake's the destitution at that time. Right? What's that manifest destiny going to? They're saying it was God's will that they took down the so-called Native Americans in Judah. All right? See that? So guess what? The Lord said, yeah, because you boasted yourself, that judgment is coming to you. Right? Go ahead, man.
It says, thus with your mouth you have boasted against me.
No, but the thing is, it was his will, but it's also going to be his will to judge you and put you into perpetual captivity until you're done away with it, right? That's also part of his will. You didn't read the fine print. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these artists, these rap artists, they get a contract, these NBA players, they get a contract, they don't read the fine print. They don't understand it's a 360 deal. They don't understand they own your person. What does it mean, own your person? Okay? That means anything you create, they got to get a piece of that. That's madness. What kind of contract is that? But that's the devil. When the devil's in power, that's he abuses his power. Go ahead.
It says, thus with your mouth you have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Thus said the Lord power, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, when the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate, as thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I do unto thee.
That's right, because they rejoiced at it. They rejoiced at our downfall. Trust me, especially Esau. Okay, even in the time of the Babylonians. Go ahead.
It says, so will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it, and they shall know that I am the Lord.
They're about to be very desolate. And the difference between them and us is that we're Israelites. Okay? We're the salt of the world. We're the salt of the earth. Right. So even in destitution, Israel shines. Even in destitution, man. You go all around the world, man. You got certain communities that are trying to be like the hip-hop culture. They're trying to be like Jake. You got the braids in. They got a super tan skin. They tan up their skin. All around the planet Earth. Even now, you see them Arabs, they got their pants sagging, right? Who are they trying to be like? Trying to be like Jake. You got Edomites, so-called white boys trying to be with Jake. They got tattoos on their face, which is all wickedness, but they're trying to copy Jake. All right? So guess what? Ain't nobody gonna be trying to copy the so-called white man when he's taken down, man. Because the only reason he got some type of clout now is because he's in power, man. Once he's taken down, man. Go ahead, man.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, and verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his Mashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down.
The accuser, who's the accuser? Who's the slanderer of the brethren? These Edomites, man. The ones who are in power, man. Who you call the so-called white people, man. Those are Edomites, man. And the elites, they control what? The media, right? So they control your image. Even Kevin Samuels, when he was alive, he said that. He said, yo, black man gotta control his image. Which he was right. But this is not your world, man. This is the world of the devil.
That's right.
Okay, this is the world of Satan, man. The Lord said the prince of the power of the air is the one who rules this earth, man. Give me that. You have nothing in me? How you trying to, what are you trying to do? This is not Jake, it's not Israel's world, man. It's the world of Satan, man. Our world is coming, man. Give me Jacob shall be the last. Esau is the first, man. Our world is going to be filled with righteousness, man. Ain't going to be no pollution in our world, man. Which is going to be this earth but replenished, man. Okay? Give me that, bro.
This is second
Oh,
Ezra.
you got something you want to jump in? Go ahead, jump in.
John 14 and 30. Hereafter I will not talk much with you, for the prince of this world cometh, and had nothing in me.
The prince of this world is who? Is Satan. Right? Who's working through who? These Edomites. Okay? Go ahead. Because that's where these Edomites get their powers, through the left-hand side. That's why they're pushing all that alphabet, LGBT stuff all over the earth. Heavy now. Because that's a heavy part of Satanism.
Yeah.
See, these people think it's not, we don't deal with spirituality. They're dealing with spirituality. They're dealing with on the left-hand side, through Satan. Go ahead.
This is the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed,
Yes.
whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Who's the wicked that's being revealed? The so-called white man, the Edomite. He's not white. There's no such thing as white people. They're Edomites. That's right. We got to say that so you can understand who we're talking about, who we're identifying.
That's right.
We're identifying the wicked according to the Bible.
Yep.
Okay? And not every so-called white person is an Edomite, but the mass majority of them are.
That's right.
Okay? Some of them are actually Israelites.
That's right.
Okay? But we gotta say that because he done confused the whole earth. Go ahead, man.
And shall destroy it with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan.
Who's this coming after?
After the working of Satan.
Like I said, that's why they're pushing all this wicked alphabet agenda around the earth. Because what they're working is after Satan. Their power is from the left-hand side. See, our power is from the right-hand side. And the right-hand side is always stronger than the left-hand side. Go ahead.
With all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth that they might be saved.
That's right. Go ahead, bring that up.
This is 2 Ezra 6 and verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the time? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
So when is going to be the kingdom of heaven? When is going to be the Israelites back in rulership? That's what Ezra is asking. Go ahead.
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him.
It all goes back to who? Jacob and Esau. What?
Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world.
What does it mean Esau is the end of the world? That means before the kingdom of heaven is established, Esau is going to be in rulership. The Edomites are going to be in rulership. That's how we know these are the Edomites. There's not going to be another kingdom that's going to rise up wickeder than this. It can't get wickeder than this. It's impossible. Okay? This kingdom is the kingdom of the Edomites, of Esau. Go ahead and read that little part again.
For Esau is the end of the world.
That's right.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
And our kingdom, the kingdom of Jacob, the kingdom of Israel, is going to be the beginning of it that followeth after, man. Okay? And guess what? Our kingdom is an everlasting kingdom.
That's right.
Under Yahushua. Good. Got something else? No, go ahead, bro. Okay, go ahead.
This is 2 Peter 3 and in verse 13, it says, nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Right. We, according to his promise, look for what? A new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. The Lord's not going to transport us to an actual new earth. No, it's going to be this earth. The word new in the Greek is what? Kaino, which means refreshed. Everything's going to be refreshed. The rulership is going to be refreshed. The earth is going to be refreshed. Okay? It's just like when you have a... Why do people sometimes they take out the CEOs of companies? Because they want the whole company to be rebuilt, man. And then sometimes they change the CEO out. The design changes. Okay? They restructure things. The bonus payment is different. Everything comes out different, man. So we're going to have to structure everything differently, man. Through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. More on that? Got something else? Okay, go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Lamentation, chapter 4 and 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
Go read that again.
Lamentation 4:22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
Right, so we're not going down. That's why I keep saying this is the last captivity. This is the last slavery of our people. Okay? When the Lord said he's not going to carry us anymore into captivity. This was the last one that was prophesied in Deuteronomy the 28th chapter. Okay? Go ahead.
He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom.
Now he's going to visit our enemies' iniquities. Okay? Go ahead.
He will discover thy sins.
He's going to discover their sins. Everything that they've done is going to be brought up. They're about to be cross-examined. Oh, Inquisition. Oh, gosh. Inquisition. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Inquisition.
This is, I got it.
Go ahead.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 1 in verse 9. For inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly.
Inquisition meaning what? These Edomites are going to be, they're not, it's figurative, but they're going to be questioned. The things that they've done are going to be brought up in court. And what court is that speaking about? The court in the heavens, man. That's a court you can't escape. That's a court you can't miss. Okay? That court, he's going to bring you there. Okay? He'll bring your spirit to that court. That's a court, you can't miss that court. Right? You can't badmouth the judge. Right? Go ahead.
It says, and the sound of his words shall come unto the Lord for the manifestation of his wicked deeds.
That's right. And all these Edomites have ever done was wicked deeds, man. There's not one righteous deed that these Edomites have done. That's right. Okay? Go ahead. And if there was a person that looked like an Edomite that did a righteous deed, he was an Israelite. Go ahead.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahweh Shai, that every one may receive the things that are done in his body according to that he has done, whether it be good or bad.
All of you. A nation or a man that did Job is a Job. You got something else? Got it already? You know where it is? Yes, okay, you got it. Go ahead.
This is the book of Job, chapter 34 and 29.
When you gotta look at these devils in their fucking eye too, man. Okay, because you're guilty. They're guilty. They're guilty. They're going up on trial right now. That's right. Don't let the devil look at you. Let him know how you doing, brother. Don't let the devil look at you no crazy ways, man. Okay, they're supposed to look down, man. We are the Israelites, man. Right. What are you talking about, man? Okay. Go ahead, man.
Job 34 and 29. When he giveth quietness, who then can make trouble? And when he hideth his face, who then can behold him?
Right. Well, that's why I said you can't escape the judgment of the Most High. You can't miss that court. You can't come with a lawyer to try to speak. First of all, these Edomites don't have a lawyer. They're going to be in that court without a lawyer. Because our lawyer is Yahweh Shai. They don't have no lawyer, man. That's right. Satan ain't going to be up in there trying to, you put it in spirit to do it. Go ahead, right?
It says, when he giveth quietness, who then can make trouble? And when he hideth his face, who then can behold him?
That's right.
Whether it be done against a nation or against a man.
So the Lord can hide his face from a whole nation. Right? He hid his face from us, the nation of Israel. Right? For a time period. But he's about to turn his face back to us. And he's about to more than hide his face against Esau. He's about to beat them with the rod, man.
That's right.
Okay? He's about to pull out the switch and beat them with it, man. That's what the Most High is getting ready to do with Esau. And he's going to do it as a nation. But it said it's the people against whom we have indignation. It said, oh, Esau, the man against what? He said the people. Don't you understand these Edomites were created to be hated, man? I don't know if you brothers watch the Snowfall show. Any brother watch Snowfall? Hey, what? You watch it? Stop watching it. Get the season 4? Yeah? Anyways, go read.
This is Jeremiah 31. Verse 31. It says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
Read that again, brother.
Jeremiah 31 and verse 31. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt.
So he's going to make a new covenant with us, all right, with the sons of God, all right?
That's right.
Go ahead.
Which my covenant they break.
Right, because we broke the first covenant, which was dealing with Moses and the commandments that were written upon stone. Go ahead.
Although I was a husband unto them, saith the Lord.
Right.
But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of
Jeremiah 3:1 real quick. Read Jeremiah 3:1. All right? Read that again.
It says,
Stop.
not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break.
Wait.
Although I was a husband unto
You
them.
broke the covenant of the Heavenly Father, which means we spiritually committed adultery against the Heavenly Father. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 3 and 1. They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him, and become another man's, shall he return unto her again?
Right.
Shall not that land be greatly polluted?
Right. She's considered polluted if she dealt with another man. You understand what I'm saying? So all these women are highly polluted, man. Okay? You talking about, let's talk about one man. And these women got like 30 bodies at 21 years old. That's normal out here right now. They got like 10 times the bodies of the men, the boys, the young men and the boys. They got like 10 times the bodies, man. All right? And then you're supposed to wife these hoes. Are you kidding me, man? Listen, you're just playing house in this place, man. All right? You're playing house. That's what you're doing. You're playing house. Okay? But you know, when you were a kid, the girl said, let's play house.
Yeah.
Right? And you play, you know, you pretend you're the husband. That's all you do. You're pretending, man. They can't pair bond with all that semen in them, man. Okay? But guess what? The Lord, we've committed adultery against the Lord as a nation. And the Lord still took us back, man. Starting with the elect, man. Okay? Good.
But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return again to me, said the Lord.
That's right.
It says, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, saith the Lord. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. For after those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts, and write it in their heart.
Meaning he's going to change our spirit to automatically keep the laws perfectly. Right? Automatically have that downloaded in us. Right? Go ahead.
And will be their power, and they shall be my people. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord. For they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them.
That's right. So we're not going to have to teach in the new covenant. Right? When we're fully in the new covenant, we ain't going to have to teach. All of our people are going to know Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Right. Okay? Go ahead.
Saith Yahweh Shem Yahushua, for I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more.
That's right. He's going to forgive us, man. He's going to glorify us once again, man.
That's right.
All right? Go ahead. More on that?
That was it.
What's about?
2nd Ezra 5 and 33. And I said, speak on, my Lord. Then he said unto me, thou art sore troubled in mind for Israel's sake. Lovest thou the people better than he that made them?
Right. Go ahead.
That's it on that.
So break it down.
Yeah, so again, just the fact that to show that the love of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua for his people, even the fact that he's going to forgive even the 2/3. You know, Israel shall be saved with an everlasting Savior. You know, everlasting salvation. You know, so even the 2/3 in the kingdom, they're going to come back and they're going to be in their right mind.
That's right. Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel 36 and verse 24. For I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries, and I will bring you into your own land. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean. From all your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I
Right,
put.
so that's all he's gonna clean us from the inside out. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, and a new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh.
That's
And I will put my spirit within you, and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them.
And do them. And are we really keeping the judgments and doing them? We're doing it to the best of our ability. Or we're doing it as much as we so-called can in this society. But really, we're not doing it because there's so much things that we could be doing. So if you're in the new covenant, it just said that he's gonna get, because you had certain of them guys say, oh, we have a new heart, we have a fleshly heart. Yeah, go ahead. We have a fleshly heart. Oh, really? So that means you should be doing the commandments.
That's right.
No, we are doing it. Oh, really? So you don't work on the Sabbath no matter what. No, I do. It's the Esau's kingdom, but that's not doing the commandments, man. Doing the commandments. The scripture said if you miss one, you break all, man. So what's that about, man? That means that we're not gonna miss anything, man. Right. We're gonna know already. You don't have to ask them, but those are the Sabbath. Come on, we'll show us the Sabbath. Get, you know, you're about to turn on the stove. Oh, shit. And they gotta go into the bedroom. Right? So at the end of the day, that's not gonna happen in that time.
That's right, that's right.
Right? So what are these guys talking about? Man? What? Okay, well, what?
1 Corinthians 15 and 52. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed.
So we shall be changed, man. Okay? Meaning what? That's when the new heart is going to come. When we're changed. What don't these guys understand? And until we're in the chariot, we're not going to be changed. Oh, no, you know, the Holy Spirit came on me in a twinkling of an eye when I was on the toilet. No, go ahead, man.
For this corruptible,
GMS was going on.
for this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality.
Right.
This is Isaiah 60 and 21. Thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever, the branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that it may be glorified.
Right, so
that
God's
I may
going to make all of our people righteous. Okay? All the Israelites are going to be righteous. All the other nations are going to be righteous. No, they're going to have to learn righteousness through us. Give me Isaiah the 2nd chapter. All right?
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 2, and verse 3. It's like verse 2, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains.
Meaning our government is going to be above every other government. Okay? Go ahead.
And shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it.
Right, they're going to have to come, they're going to flow unto us, they're going to come to us. Go ahead.
And many people shall go and say, Come ye, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob. And he will teach us our ways, and he will teach us his ways. And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his path. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
That's right, out of Zion, right? Right? So they're going to have to come learn the laws and statutes and commandments from us. And we're going to teach them what to do and what not to do. Right? Okay? And there's going to be consequences, right? All right? That's why the scripture says what? You shall rule them with a rod of iron, right? They don't have to learn, right? Go ahead, brother.
And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Right, you're going to have to show Moab, the Moabites, right, the so-called Chinese, and you can't eat that, right? That's not lawful to eat, man. That's not meant to be eaten, man. Okay? Don't just slap the soy sauce out their hand. What is that, man? What the hell are you doing, man? Okay? You understand what I'm saying? We're gonna have to tell the East Indians, the Elamites, you can't. What are you doing bathing? What are you doing taking a dump in a good river, man? All these things are gonna have to be spoken about, man. Okay? And the so-called white man, he just gonna shut the fuck up and sit down.
That's right, that's right.
Don't even say a word, man. Don't even breathe unless I give you this. Because you know anything he's thinking of is wicked. Go ahead.
Habakkuk 2 and 14. For the earth shall be filled. Habakkuk 2 and 14. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord,
right,
as the waters covered the sea.
Right. Ishmael, stop eating that. The camel is not to be eaten, man. You have to bring up the law. Matter of fact, get the dietary law, bro. You have to bring up the law in their ass, man. And they ain't gonna be worshiping no cobblestone. They ain't bowing out to. They ain't putting out no rugs. Nothing. The Lord doesn't say to bring on no rugs. They gonna stop that too. That's tied to some other shit. All right? Go ahead, bro.
Psalms 128, 1. Blessed is everyone that feared the Lord.
Where's the scripture say, thus thou shalt pull out thy rug? No. Okay? Go ahead, man.
Psalm 128. Blessed is everyone that feared the Lord, that walk in his way, for thou shalt eat the labor of thy hands. Happy shall thou be.
You want to say, blessed be the one? Read that again.
Blessed is everyone that feared the Lord, that walketh in his ways.
Right. And that's going to be the standard in the kingdom. Blessed are going to be those that walk in the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that listen to what we're telling them to do.
That's right.
Okay? Everyone else is going to be a curse. Go ahead.
For thou shalt eat the labor of thy hands.
Yeah.
Happy that thou be, and it shall be well with thee. Thy wife shall be as fruitful vine,
Yeah.
by the side of the thine house.
That's dealing with truth. Oh, hold on. That's dealing with a lot of children. So there's not going to be sex in the kingdom? Of course there's going to be. Okay? Of course, man. Right? We're going to have many, many children in the kingdom. Okay? We're going to have multiple wives.
That's right.
All right? We're getting back to the old path. Man.
That's right.
How are you talking about? Now, I can't wait till that word cheating is eradicated. I want to hear that shit again. Every time I hear that, man, I want to just put up a curse, man. He cheated on me. I left him. He cheated. What the fuck is that, man? I can have multiple wives.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
The only thing that's going to be mentioned is adultery.
Yeah.
We go break it down the right way, man.
Yeah.
All right? Good.
That children like olive plants
That's right.
round about that table. Behold, that thus shall the man be blessed that fear the Lord. The Lord shall bless thee out of Zion, and thou shalt see the good of Jerusalem. All the day of thy life thou shalt see thy children, and peace upon.
And really the women who are down with the polygamy, they're really the ones that are the most confident. They try to act, oh, they got low self-esteem. No, they're actually the most confident ones because they don't feel like that woman threatens their position.
Exactly.
Because they bring some type of value, okay? But these hoes, they don't bring no fucking value. I say, oh, did you look at her? Yeah. They don't know what's next. They don't know what's next.
It's true, huh? Right.
That's what you gotta tell them. Don't follow me. This is what I do. Don't follow me. All right? Well, you wouldn't be threatened if you were doing your job, would you?
That's right.
Go ahead.
That children, and peace upon Israel.
That's right. That's right. Go ahead.
This is Leviticus 11 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among the beasts that are on the earth.
Right. So this is what the Lord has already established, man. Like I said, what did the Most High create it for? That's what you have to go back to. What did the Most High create each and everything for? Right. And that's where you learn what you can't argue with that. Anything outside of that is negative. Go ahead.
Whosoever parteth the hoof and is cloven footed and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat.
That's right. So they have to chew the cud, which is what? The cud is when the animal regurgitates and it's constantly chewing. Like you see a cow, it's always chewing. A goat is always chewing. That's the cud of it filtering. It's like a filtration system in its belly that brings it back up. And then he continues to chew and then he brings it back down and goes through another cycle. Okay? So the cud is not speaking about grass. I used to think the cud was just like grass. The cud is not grass. The cud is you eating, although they typically graze, the cud is them bringing it back up and chewing. Okay?
It says, Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat.
And it's like it said cloven footed too. It also has to be cloven footed. It can't be one. It can't just be one and not the other. It has to be both. So that's how when you're in a wilderness, This is why the laws are so beautiful. That's why if you're in the wilderness, you see a particular animal, you watch it, okay, it's grazing, okay, it's chewing the cud. Okay, I see it's still chewing, okay, it's chewing the cud. It's cloven foot, okay, that's lawful. That's all you need, man. You don't need nothing else than that, man. Alright? Go ahead. Part of the thing. Part of yeah, we're at cloven foot and part of the thing. Go ahead.
It says, verse 4, nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel.
Because the camel, they don't have that type of, which the Ishmaelites, they eat that a lot. Okay? Ishmaelites. Right? But the camel, that's not supposed to be eaten. They got a soft paw. It's kind of like paws. Their feet are like soft. Okay? And it's a filthy animal. You look at his teeth and look at his mouth, it's all filthy. A lot of animals do, but I'm saying, yeah, they do a lot. But then it's not a clean animal to eat. Go ahead.
It says, nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof,
right?
As the camel.
The camel.
Because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof.
Right.
He is unclean unto you.
Right.
And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof.
Which is like the rabbit. See, the rabbit is always constantly chewing too, right? But obviously you can't eat a rabbit, right? Which Esau, a lot of the European and Edomites, they eat a lot of rabbit. Go to their shops and have rabbit. You know? Right?
He is unclean unto you. And the hare,
which is like a rabbit.
Because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the swine, though he divide the hoof,
right,
and be cloven footed.
See, because the pig, it got a cloven foot. Okay? Go ahead.
Yet he cheweth not the cud.
But it doesn't chew the cud. That's like the worst thing. That's the worst. The scriptures always speak against the pig eating swine. Right? Go ahead.
He is unclean unto you.
Right?
Of their fish shall ye not eat.
And that's Esau's favorite food, by the way. That's the Edomites' favorite food. You go to their shops, they got a sausage, pepperoni, this, that, bacon and everything. Alright? So this is clearly a demonic place. And a lot of those things, like toothpaste, they got pork in it. You know, a lot of things they put like, what are you doing? You know? Go ahead.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcasses shall ye not touch.
Even to touch their carcasses, we will become unclean. That's right. Go ahead.
They are unclean to you.
Yeah.
These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales.
All right, now dealing with the waters now. Really, all that, the whole sea, you go to a seafood restaurant, pretty much everything is an abomination, except for like salmon. All right? You got to eat things with fins and scales, man. The shrimp, the scallop, the lobster, that's all abominations, man. Those things clean the water. That's why that's why you're not supposed to take them out the water. When you start taking them out the water, what happens? The water becomes more polluted. What?
So like even the crab, the way it's built, you have to labor to actually get to the meat.
Right.
There's a reason why it's built like that. The Lord made sure that you don't eat it, man.
Good point. You gotta labor. You're right, but you gotta get tools and bro. First of all, if a person is starving and hungry, you're gonna lose half of his calories trying to break the thing open, man. It's a whole workout. No, but that's not meant to be eaten, man. Go ahead, man.
And these ye shall eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever have fins and scales in the water.
Because those things that are the worst weirdo things to eat, they make that delicacy. Go to a certain high-end restaurant, octopus. Why would you want to eat an octopus? What? You don't even look. It doesn't look delicious, you know. Go ahead, man.
It says, in the seas and in the river, them shall ye eat.
But there's so many lawful meats that there's no place that sells it. You know, the quail, there's so much, guys. The giraffe, the bison, the ox, what do you call those ones? The buffalo, the one with the hair. You know what I'm talking about? The yaks. There's so much, the deer, right? There's so many things that you can eat that they don't show. You know how many variety of fish out there? There's millions and millions of variety of different, and they all have different tastes. Yeah, the yak, exactly, the yak, right? It has the long hair, right? I never tasted that yet. I would like to indulge in that because that's a lawful meat. Go ahead.
and all that have not fins and scales in the sea,
Right.
and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto
They're
you.
an abomination as in us eating them. That's an abomination for us. It doesn't mean it's a wicked thing. Oh, I hate crabs. No, crabs are beautiful. They have their order in the earth. Their order is not for us to eat it. Okay? Same thing with shrimp. Same thing with even the pig. The pig, they act like the pig is not wicked. The pig is there for a reason, man. It does what it's supposed to do. It's just not supposed to be eaten. It's not supposed to eat this shit. It's not meant to be eaten, man. Go ahead, man.
Verse 11, they shall be even an abomination unto you, and ye shall not eat of their flesh,
That's right.
but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination.
Right.
Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you.
That's right.
And these are they which ye shall have an abomination among the fowls.
Right.
They shall not be eaten, they are an abomination.
So the Lord touched every ground. He went to the sea, he went to the beasts of the field, he went to the fowls in the air, and he even goes into the insect.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The eagle, the ossif,
The ossifrage. The ossifrage. Ossifrage. That's all. Ossifrage.
and then the osprey, and the vulture, and the kite after his kind, every raven after his kind, and the owl, and the nighthawk, and the cockatoo, and the hawk after his kind, and the little owl, and the cormorant, and the great owl, and the swan, and the pelican, and the gear eagle, and the stork, and the heron after her kind,
Yep.
and the lapwing, and the bat.
Right, the bat. Like the Moabites, the so-called Chinese, they'll go and eat. They'll eat a bat. Which that's why they said the C-19 started. Oh, tower. They're calling me for your thing actually. Okay, speak real quick. Speak real quick.
God, it says, and the bat, all fowls that creep, born upon all four, shall be an abomination unto you.
Right, so the fowls that's creeping, going forward, you're not supposed to eat them. You know?
It says, yet these may ye eat of every flying, creeping thing.
Right, so certain things that fly, you can eat, and certain things you're not supposed to eat. Like the brother said, it's not like because these animals are an abomination. If they were an abomination, the Lord wouldn't have saved them in the time of Noah.
Oh, okay.
You know? It's just concerning you're not supposed to eat them.
Yet these may ye eat of every flying, creeping thing that goeth upon all four, which have legs above their feet, to leap with all upon the earth. Even these of them ye may eat. The locust after his kind,
That's right.
the bog locust after his kind, and the beetle after his kind.
Yeah, I knew Zakar would try because I thought Zakar said, "Would you try the locust? Because it's lawful. Would you try?" And he said, "Yeah." He said he tried it. But did you say you tried it? No? Okay. But I know Zakar would try it. I just knew Zakar would try it. But yeah, that's lawful. Elijah ate locusts and wild honey. You know, John the Baptist ate the same thing, which was because that's the same spirit coming back. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with that. But you see, because the Lord created certain things to be eaten, and He knows why in the makeup of those animals and those beasts, and why they're good and why the other ones are not. Okay, right?
Yeah, but I saw a brother do a lesson on that, on the locust, and he said, we just got to be careful because there's some of them, you got to wash it first, they got worms in it, so you got to know how to clean it. Still.
Yeah, you got to know what you're doing.
You got to know what you're doing.
You got to know what you're doing. The more I see Mark make it, Mark just throws it in the pot. Throws the soy sauce.
Says, and the bog locust after his kind, and the beetle after his kind, and the grasshopper after his kind. But all other flying, creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you. And for these ye shall be unclean. Whosoever toucheth the carcasses.
Man, so even if we touch certain insects, you know we're unclean. You know that, right? Go ahead.
Whosoever toucheth the carcasses of them shall be unclean until even.
That's heavy. Go ahead.
And whosoever
So you know how serious it was to be a Levite priest and be a high priest and do certain things, how meticulous things had to be. You needed servants. You needed things taken care of. You know? Because you couldn't just be standing around and then it's just all kind of a swarm of bugs. You're stepping on bugs and you go deliver the shoe bread. You know what I'm saying? Like you had to, it was very meticulous, man. Go ahead.
It says, yeah, clean.
You have to be clean, man. You have to be clean, man. Go ahead.
It says, and, verse 25, and whosoever beareth aught of the carcasses of them shall wash
What
his
you talking
clothes.
about Levites in general?
Oh, the Levites, I've been around, they're clean, like, you know?
Like
Clean
extra
people.
clean. I
Says-
can see that. It makes sense. It makes sense spiritually.
It says, and whosoever beareth aught of the carcasses of them shall wash
Except for
his
these demons. These demons, you know, I don't know these demons, you know, they got demons, but you know, maybe the average Levite, but demons, you know.
There's some dirty Levite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up around, like, I see, like, how they move,
Yeah.
the clothes, the smell, the shoes, just clean.
Yeah, Levi is
Yeah.
kind of like fresh. Yeah, even
Yeah.
Levi's a fresh type of people. So they are fresh people. I looked at Levi as a clean cut.
Yeah.
I always look at Levi as kind of clean cut.
What? It says,
That's true. No, that's true.
verse 25, and whosoever beareth aught of the carcasses of them shall wash his clothes, and shall be unclean until even.
That's spiritual.
And the carcasses of every beast which divideth the hoof, and is not cloven-footed, nor cheweth the cud, are unclean unto you.
That's right.
Everyone that toucheth them shall be unclean. And whatsoever goeth upon his paws
Give me
among
Leviticus
all
19.
manner of beasts that go on all four, these are unclean unto you. Whoso toucheth their carcasses shall be unclean until even.
Okay, that's it. Go ahead, read that. Leviticus 19.
The book of Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, and say unto them, Ye shall be holy, for I the Lord your power am holy.
We're supposed to be holy. These laws are to make us holy, meaning separate from these other nations. These other nations, they don't have no boundaries of what to eat and what not to eat. They don't understand what the Most High purpose, but the Most High never revealed it unto them. The Most High revealed it unto us, what He wants and how it was, what it was created for. Good.
Ye shall fear every man his mother and his father, and keep my Sabbath.
You're supposed to fear your father and your mother, and naturally you do. Even if you didn't really grow up with your father, if you come around your father and you start to say certain things, you're gonna have like your heart will drop to your stomach because your pops. Even if you're a grown man now, you got kids, it doesn't matter. You're gonna feel that. That's a natural thing, and the Lord said that. Oh, but you know, I'll show you the proof, because Floyd Mayweather and his father, when they got to that argument, Charles kind of mad at Floyd, like, yo, why you gonna disrespect your father like that, you know? But he reconciled, he repented from that. And when that thing happened, although Floyd Mayweather is crying and he's a top boxer, when his father got rowdy with him, and he said, no, you could see Floyd had a fear in him.
Yeah.
You could see he had a slight fear in him.
It's true.
You remember that? You brothers remember that? You saw he had that slight fear in him. Okay? And he was in the gym, right? So that's spiritual. We're supposed to naturally have that fear of our father and our mother, but especially our father, because that's the man, right? You know? But even of your mother, because you're supposed to show her that reverence.
Yeah.
You know? It's not that, oh, you get nervous necessarily, but you got that reverence for her. You know? Go ahead.
It says,
We're going to get the last scripture, brother.
I am the Lord your power. Verse 4, Turn ye not unto idols, nor make to yourselves molten gods. I am the Lord your power, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
Right.
And if ye offer a sacrifice of peace, offerings unto the Lord, ye shall offer it at your own will. It shall be eaten the same day ye offer it, and on the morrow. And if aught remain until the third day, it shall be burnt in the fire. And if it be eaten at all,
Right, so that like the offerings could go into even these spiritual offerings we offer are coming out doing the work. If you're not doing it out of your own will because you want to do it, it's the law because it don't look bad if, you know, if the apostles will see me out there, the brothers will see me out there, it's like you're not in the right spirit. You got to be doing it because you want to do it.
Verse 7, and if it be eaten at all on the third day.
So I don't want them to make videos on me. There's brothers that think like that. You know what I mean? So they're not really in the truth. They're just there as a empty vessel. Go ahead.
It is abominable, it shall not be accepted. Therefore, everyone that eateth it shall bear his iniquity, because he hath profaned the hollow thing of the Lord, and that soul shall be cut off from among his people.
Can we read that again?
Sorry, verse 6, verse 5. And if ye offer a sacrifice of peace offerings unto the Lord, ye shall offer it at your own will. It shall be eaten the same day, ye shall offer it and on the morrow. And if aught remain until the third day, it shall be burnt in the fire. And if it be eaten at all on the third day, it is abominable, it shall not be accepted. Therefore, everyone that eateth it shall bear his iniquity, because he hath profaned the hollow thing of the Lord, and that soul shall be cut off from among his people. Go ahead. And when you reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not wholly reap the corners of thy fields, neither shalt thou gather the gleanings of thy harvest. And thou shalt not glean thy vineyard, neither shalt thou gather every grape of thy vineyard.
Now this was our ancient welfare system. Okay, so in other words, if someone had a vineyard, they couldn't gather every single fruit out of the vineyard. They had to leave a certain portion on the outside borders of the vineyard for the poor and for other people that were destitute or wanted to eat. See, so we didn't have a spirit. The Lord didn't want us to have a spirit of just just a hoarding and greed and gluttony. You know? What?
Thou shalt not glean thy vineyard, neither shalt thou gather every grape of thy vineyard.
Right.
Thou shalt leave them for the poor and stranger. I am the Lord.
So we're supposed to leave that for the poor of our people. That's why when I see poor Jakes, I give them bread pretty much almost all the time. Every single time I stop, you know, if I got change on, you know, because what? Because naturally we're supposed to help the poor of our people. If I see say Edomite, I don't shallow one. All right? Keep your head up. Be well. Be clothed and warm. Okay? But if it's a Jake, I'm gonna get, or even if I perceive it's an Edomite that is probably a Jake, if I perceive that, I'll give it to you.
Ecclesiastes 4:1, it says, my son, defraud not the poor of his living, and make not the needy eyes to wait too long.
Right. Make not the needy eyes to wait too long. You know you got it here to give. Why not give it? The scripture says in charity covereth the multitude of sins.
That's right.
You know? Go ahead.
It says, make not a hungry soul sorrowful, neither provoke a man in his distress.
Oh, remember that demon, that demon that came with a burger and he ate it? Oh, bro, I was hoping the Lord would just send a lightning bolt back. You know what I'm saying to you? Because that was extremely wicked. Whether he came back again, it doesn't matter. It was wicked and evil. Wicked and evil. But
It says, add no more trouble.
But we're supposed to love the 2/3, right? We're supposed to love them, right? Great. Go ahead.
It says, add no more trouble to an heart that is vexed, and defer not to give to him that is in need.
And I done got defrauded by Amalek, working with specifically Amalekites. I done got defrauded a couple times. So them Amalekites, you gotta watch them, bro. You gotta watch them, man. You gotta really watch them. You know? Go ahead.
It says, reject not the supplication of the afflicted, neither turn away thy face from a poor man. Turn not away thine eye from the needy, and give him no occasion to curse thee.
Right. Sometimes you'll give it to them and say, God bless you. That's a good thing.
For if he curse thee in the bitterness of his soul, his prayer shall be heard of him that made him.
Right. Well, if you don't got it, and you know, you might be like one of them mad Jakes, you know, don't get nervous, oh my goodness. You know, I'm gonna destroy you, you know? You know what I'm saying? It's what it is. Or if the traffic is coming and it's too late to roll down the window, it's, you know, it is what it is, you know? The Lord knows your heart. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you're thinking about it, you know, the wave, you know? Please, you know? Go ahead. That was it on that? Anyone have the last scriptures? Go ahead.
Baruch 4:1. This is the book of the commandments of the Lord, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life,
right.
but such as leave it shall die.
Right.
Verse 4, O Israel, happy are we, for the things that are pleasing unto the Most High are made known unto us.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's a mic drop right there, actually. All right, so with that, we'll close up. We'll give all praise, glory, and honor
to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem HaKadosh.
Give honor to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. Salutation, much love and respect to you, Roger, about putting this word out with truth and sincerity. Shemai,
Shemai,
Yahweh,
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 Yahweh, Yahweh,
Good,
Shemai,
Shemai,
Yahweh,
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 Good,
Shemai,
Shemai,
Yahweh,
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 Good,
Bible ball.
Bible ball.
Swami
Ooh.
Yahshua.
Swami Yahshua.
Shalom. Yes.